And I'm live. It's the Willpower Lunch, and he still has no intro. The Willpower Lunch, and he has not sent the link to anyone yet. I was going to share it right before going on, and then I got caught up reading news stories again, because I'm always looking for new content to share with my hungry audience. The Willpower Lunch. What the hell is this? Surveillance program. Yeah. So the flock cameras have been kind of a hot topic lately. And people are chopping them down. And some dude pointed out apparently they're sending Bluetooth signals. Like, it was introduced as like, oh, we're going to track your license plates to know where you are. And now we're finding out, oh, no, it's pinging your cell phone too. And so this is like literally a massive surveillance grid. We're finally there, guys. We're finally in Logan's Run territory. That's where we're headed. That's where we were always going, okay? Growing up, I saw the movies, but we're all going to get the same silver costume suit, right? And I'm wondering what the little bricks are going to taste like. Your meal brick, your nutrition bar. They're going to give you your nutrition bar every day, and you only get one. Okay, so don't eat it all at once. And then you're going to ride your bike to generate electricity or whatever the machines need. Okay, whatever the machines need to generate the power to do their computing so that they can entertain us. Okay, and so that they can grow the hamster cage that we're going to be placed in, because it could be a really nice hamster cage if we all just get along and go with it. All right. But there is no alternative to the hamster cage. Like, cut down all the flock cameras you want, I guess. But let's actually look at the chat. 0 things in the chat. Wonderful. Mom, if you could do me a favor and pretend to be a dude in his 30s in his basement and just like make an AI profile so that you can interact with me and be like, my number one fan, that would be great. That'd be helpful. But not right away. Take your time. I know you got a lot on your, you're busy. So what am I doing? Copy invite link. And let's see if anyone is awake. I get the pleasure of streaming for a little longer today. I'm not scheduled too early. Come here, you. What should I say? I'll say, if you're hungry, swing by. No. I'm like, how much should I lean into the power lunch motif? So it's my hungry audience. They're here for something healthy. And put it in the ominous green room too. I'll put it in the ominous room and Gray Cloud's room. Gray Cloud's an interesting character because I guess he was in the chat on a bunch of other comic book streams, And he's just, just an old guy trying to put out some positive vibes. And yeah, we're suddenly friends on the internet. So that's fun. I was relatively inactive online after like 2016. And before that, it was all just like friends on Facebook or whatever. It was always people I met in real life. I was never the guy who would befriend people on forums or elsewhere. Online games. It just, it never occurred to me. But now, in my 40s, I'm, when I have no other options, I'm making friends with random strangers on the internet that I barely know. But anywho, I actually posted earlier. Where am I? Why isn't it everything easier? But I said, hey, tomorrow we get an extended power lunch. What should I do? And I had one reply. Good old Tail End Studio. Thank you for interacting with me. I appreciate it. Jake was one of the first people who let me on his program back in the day, because I was just like bouncing around. And they were talking about the Patriarch, which is about a purple Superman and who has telekinesis. And they hadn't read it yet, but I did read it. So I was like, hey, man, I'll talk about it or whatever. And of course, I was working on Revenant Steel at the time. I had like just come up with the name Revenant Steel, I think. It may have even been before I, called it Revenant Steel. I might have to go back and rewatch that, but just to watch myself. But we ended up just talking about Revenant Steel for the most part. It took us a while to get back to the Patriarch, And then I kind of talked about, there were a lot of people like, oh, it's gay because it's a purple hero, whatever. I voiced my opinion. I don't. But anyway, he wants us to look over some campaigns. And he's running one. It's called Brother Kit. Let's see here. How do I give him more real estate? Now, he's talked to me about this before. And I guess he was a big fan of Briar Rabbit, right? And so that's... Man, I should really practice things I'm going to say. Because at the outset, I look at this and I get heavy Power Ranger vibes because of the animal-themed helmets. And I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. There was the one where there were like 3 animal Power Rangers, and I wish I could remember what the heck it was called. But one of them was a rabbit. It was a yellow rabbit. She would like bounce around. How do I navigate Indiegogo? Here we go. Dive into the world of Brother Kit, a modern reimagining of the cunning Briar Rabbit. And that was a trailer. Let's play that trailer. Hold on a second. I don't think I'm sharing audio. Also share tab audio. Come back here, you. Is this one of the things that people are complaining about Indiegogo? That it's like... I feel like when I go to look at a campaign it should be a blurb about the campaign, then a trailer, then everything else. So dive in the world of Brother Kit, a modern reimagining of the cunning Briar Rabbit. I'll be honest, I would just leave that part out because the only thing I knew about Briar Rabbit was something about him getting canceled for racism. And I guess that's because, and I asked Grok about this earlier. So Grok tells me that there was a bear. Was it the bear or the fox? But the bear or the fox used a tar baby to trap Briar Rabbit and was going to throw him into a briar patch. And briar thorns are quite painful. And he says, oh, no, not the briar patch. But then it turns out that he loved the briar patch. So that was quite cunning of Briar Rabbit. And so this rabbit is a dude with nunchucks, it appears. And there's a fox. There's a foxy whip. And a bear with Wolverine claws. So that's pretty sweet. It'd be great if I could have just sent him the link, or if he was like, hey, I'm available, I could come on and talk to you about it. Because then he could, share his thoughts. It's been a while since I talked to Jake. I went on his show the first time, and I ended up talking about Revenant Steel, talking a little bit about the Patriarch. And then I think I went on a couple more times, and I had, I was like, hey, man, send me the, I'm sitting here thinking, dude, these guys ought to just send me the link all the time. Why not? It's a good vibe. But that didn't happen. Whatever. Cool dudes. I'm assuming they're going to let me back on when I'm actually promoting. But yeah, the Power Rangers aesthetic really just comes from the fact that I can't see their mouths and they got the goggles. But other than that, these do not appear to be morphs, So it's not like, Mighty Golden Patriot was like a direct ripoff of the Power Rangers. These guys, I'm getting more like techie like vibes. Let's actually look at the trailer. And I wish it didn't like scroll like that, because good lord, like I'm used to the Fun My Comic pages. I bet there's a Fun My Comic page for Brother Kit that's more well formatted than this. And I'm looking forward. There's another site called Back Me Bro that people have been talking about that's run by one of the best artists of our generation, Mr. Mr. Sheer Davies. So I'm excited about that. I'm not even going to be allowed on right away because I'm brand new. So I'm looking forward to I'll run my first campaign on Fun My Comic. What's happening, Subjugate? Subjugate Comics is going to have, is your comic called Subjugates? No. God damn it. Why can't I remember the name of your comic book? I'll look at that next. Yeah, Mr. Shane Davis. Back it up, bro. Back me, bro. And I wonder if Brother Kit may be on Back Me Bro, because I know Jake over there at Tail End Studios. Oh, Augmented Betrayal. That's what I knew, Good lord. My memory's a little cloudy this morning, if you catch my drift. But anywho, let's watch the trailer here. Come on, get back here, trailer. God damn it. I don't think there's any voiceover on this trailer, so I'm going to, hold on a second, let's do that. $15. Over 60 pages. Appearances. There are appearances. He will. Outwit. Well, that was fun. He will outwit. Now, what is he going to outwit? Will we find out if we scroll down the page? Will we find out if we cycle through these pictures? No. He may be outwitting this gentleman he has antlers, but the snout is not that of a deer. I wonder, what is he? He's not a jackalope. He doesn't have the ears for it. Come on my show, Jake. Come talk about this. He got Elliot Rodriguez and Adriel DV on their colors. Brother Kit aspires to join the Warren, a mysterious organization dedicated to maintaining the balance of our world. As a prospect, he's paired with seasoned members, Brother Atlas and Sister V, to prove his worth. But as challenges mount, Brother Kit begins to question his role. This should probably be at the top, above all this. Because that would have been, it's cool with that being the context, where it's like, this dude's brand new here. He's always wanted. He's a prospect. He's got the prospect bulletproof vest on. But he's frustrated, and Sister V's here. She's more seasoned, And I guess this is their boss, probably. Sorry, there's a bit of noise that I'm waiting to end. All right, everything's fine. Anyway, I'm excited for Brother Kit. Let me reshare that screen again. Ugh. Sorry, sometimes it is kind of loud in my house. I know I'm losing viewers, but it just is what it is. So yeah, I'm pumped about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think I've already signed up for updates on this one. Brother Kit, Volume 1. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is he outwits. Yeah, man. That looks pretty cool. But what other campaigns can we look at? Tell you what, because I can't open Fund My Comic in Brave. I have to open a Chrome tab, which is a shame. Because I know, people complain a little bit about Fund My Comic just not being like as polished as it could be. And this is just an example of that, where I'm not sure what it is that Brave doesn't like about it, but it will not load. Fund My Comic. Let's go. I'll just look at a couple more of these things, and I'll probably just draw for a little bit. Scribe is over on JJ's channel. That's cool. So is this Brother Kit? So JJ's so my 3 more consistent viewers are currently over there talking to Scribe on JJ's channel. What is this? Anywho. Since Scribe is over on JJ's channel, should I pull up a random one? Crossbones Crew, of course, Seth Engelhart, friend of the show. He was my first guest, my only guest so far on the show. Came to talk about Crossbones Crew when this young lad, high on strength-enhancing methamphetamines, goes on a time-traveling adventure, getting a crew, and they're on a pirate ship. Don's here. Hey, man, fun hanging out with you last Saturday. Have a killer show and weekend, dude. Hanging with Sontag tonight. Hope you stop by. I will not be stopping by, Don, because I am working tonight. I'll probably be there till like 1 a.m. But I hope you have a great show. Sontag's a super cool dude. And yeah, go hang out with Don at the studio sometime on Saturday nights. If I'm around, I may be there. Perhaps. Oh, thanks, Great Cloud. And I appreciate it. I do. But anywho, Crossbones Crew is a story of a young lad who he was on this superhero pirate ship, and he freed some slaves from these dastardly transatlantic slavers. And then he ends up going on a time-traveling adventure. So that's fun. It's kind of like, Captain America meets Time Bandits in a way, I think. And looking at this one, so this is Fund My Comic. And about this campaign, Homework, Hijinks, Heroics. The first installment of the Crossbones Crew begins with the story of their leader, Kid Terror, a superpowered sidekick ripped from the past to save our future today. Find out who Kid Terror is, how he came to be, and what he can do, and how he got pulled to the current day. So that's fun. Fun all ages comic book. What's next? Where are we at? Take me back. What are the featured picks? We got 1,000 Years of War, Midnight Host, created by this Hannah Williams lady. Oh. She's been a daycare teacher, a foster parent, worked at a maternity home, and been involved in a ministry to exotic dancers. By night, she enjoys making comics. She lives in the United States with her family. Well, she seems swell. Witness a comic featuring Mad Max vampire lords employing medieval combat tactics on an icy post-apocalyptic battlefield. And I'm assuming that this gentleman had that to say about 1,000 Years of War, The Midnight Host. Here we got a little gargoyle vampire thing. You know, it's a shame they cut his head off there. And, yeah, she's got kind of a Disney vibe going, kind of like a Gargoyles animated series vibe going. Dude, I'm doing what I can. My thing is sometimes I feel like I come off a little sarcastic when I'm reading these things. A little judgmental. I'm kind of a dick. But, oh well. We persist. In a war-torn post-apocalypse dominated by cults, a common man just trying to get by finds himself pitted against ancient evil, vampiric elites, transhumanist invaders, and his own evil desires. Based on historical figures spanning from Jan Hus, from Han Hus, Shan Hus, to Brigham Young, I don't know who these people are. The webcomic that kept readers captivated is now available in print form. So this is something that she had already produced as a webcomic. One thing I like, and I wish I could do, is just to make it simple, because the composition is good on these panels, but, you know, she's not doing a lot of hash marks or anything like that. But I don't think I could do Revenant Steel like this. Here's the thing. Like, because people talk to me about art style or whatever. And they're like, it'd be a lot easier, Will, if you were just, you know, if you didn't put so many lines on the paper. But Revenant Steel can't look like that. If I had a story that I think would look good with a style like this, maybe I would, you know. But that ain't Revenant Steel. Sorry. I feel like if I drew like this, I could make an issue a month, you know, if I had the script. If someone wants to hit me up with a script and test that, let's go. It would actually probably look twice as good as this. Because come on, man, like a few more lines on this guy's mask could make it really, like, look freaking badass. You know, he could look like a cool Shredder guy. But as it stands, you just know he's supposed to look like a cool Shredder guy. Let's see what this is about. Because this happened with the Crossbones crew, where I scrolled through the pages that he had posted, and I wasn't really analyzing what was going on, and it took me a minute to realize that they were rescuing slaves off of a slave ship in that scene. So let's see here. We even got words and stuff. I see you're black. Okay. That's the color Splitter makes when he creates your soul for hell. Hold on. I see you're black. Is he not talking about his skin? That's the color Splitter makes when he creates your soul for hell. What kind of a sentence is that? All right. Let's not get too aggressive here. Okay. What is he saying? What is Splitter? Is Splitter a deity? A creative entity? Did he have a hand in the creation of the human soul? Did he create it to go to hell? Were you trying to condense a paragraph of information into a single sentence and stumbled spectacularly? What is this? Let's see if it becomes more clear with more dialogue. I see you're black. That's the color Splitter makes when he creates your soul for hell. Ah, you're Mormonidans. You're Mormonidans. Got it. Tell your people, if they accept our prophet, they won't pay taxes. Well, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. The Holy Splitter. Yes, Black Power. Tell your people, if they accept our prophet, they won't pay taxes. But if they reject our prophet, they'll be the lowest of the low. Does that mean they pay more taxes? How are they going to pay more taxes if they can't make money? Do you think this through, bud? Do you think this through? I'll tell them. I'll tell them. Take courage, future gods. Where can you run? King Sig at your front, the sea of snow at your back. There'll be nothing to eat tonight except what you take from Devil Slake. There's no saving for you except giving your everything. Remember what Heavenly Father has waiting for you. Yeah! So these are like, they look like, because they got big snow vehicles, right? But they got spears. So I'm assuming there will not be guns in this battle. This is a world where a group of men with clubs, that's an army, you know? And we're shaking down these religious blacks that are living up here in, I'm assuming, Alaska. Plows, trenches. Wait until they cross the ice. So now this is where the Splinter guy comes out. So the Splinter guy comes out of, I guess, one of these huge vehicles carry a bunch of smaller vehicles. So this is some sort of new post-apocalyptic snow empire in a world without firearms. But they got heavy construction vehicles. And the coloring, it makes everything look so clean. It's like I'm playing with toys. Wait until they cross the ice. Idiots! They've opened the gates. All right, so these snowmobile guys are like the Foot Clan. They got these you got these guys who he's calling gods, future gods. So he's promising godhood to his subordinates. Okay, they're really pumped about it. And then he's using heavy construction vehicles to create the battlefield to their advantage. And then they got these, the Foot Clan, hiding in these things. The enemy's knights pounded into the foot soldiers. See, it's disjointing because, okay, the soldiers who are on their feet are the foot soldiers, but these guys look like foot soldiers. And so what am I supposed to think, ma'am? Hannah, can you talk to me before you make comic books? Because this guy's Shredder, obviously. Anyway, the enemy knights pounded into the foot soldiers. Hold together. Hold like the lake. The King Sig's knights rode out behind the enemy when attacking where they were last protected. Some were killed. Others retreated. Well, I'm going to pass on this one because, So the black preacher and what I'm assuming is his sister. Is she his sister? And this dude who has a braid, so he's some sort of Inuit. Fall back. I guess they show up. Wagons. I guess the snowmobile and wagon is the current meta in warfare in the future, in this particular future. Okay. You can have as many people as you want, but if you don't have snowblowers and wagons, you're dead on the battlefield, bud. Reckon this creator is a teenager or something? Well, she's actually I'd guess 30s, but she seems nice. She used to be a daycare teacher, a foster parent, and worked at a maternity home, and she ministers to exotic dancers, and she is in Fargo, North Dakota. Call me Hannah. Hannah, if this reaches you, I mean, apparently this has been ongoing for years. Her, like it said in the beginning, that I can't remember where I read it, where it said that the webcomic itself has been going on for a while. This is the printed edition that we're looking at here. So anyway, there's Pigman, which I have ordered Pigman. I'm looking forward to reading Pigman. The West is... I read a post earlier, and it talked about how the United States is a golden calf that's going to be dried out and sucked dry and split up and just fed to the other nations, right? If she's drawing and writing, it's not bad. Just not my realm of interest. No, it is bad. Subjugates. And if you're writing and drawing, that doesn't mean you can, 250s don't equal 100. You know what I mean? You got to strive for 100 on both fronts. Okay? Revenant Steel is going to have the best writing and the best art, in my opinion. Technically, I mean, it's my first comic book. It's, not all the art's going to be fantastic, but I expect the writing to be above scrutiny, sir. And I will see if Pigman is also above scrutiny. But anyway, like I said, America is the golden calf. It's going to be drained and divided up and just fed to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? And you see, maybe you don't see, but I see news stories every day where it's like, oh, These guys, it's the praying in the streets that really bothers me because it obstructs traffic. And it's like, you come to this country and then you mess with our traffic. Okay. Like, driving is the religion of America. We all do it. Okay. Stay out of the left lane, you know, like, a while back there, Jon Stewart had that stupid Rally for Unity thing, and in his speech he talked about people getting along in traffic, and at the time I thought that's stupid, and it was, but occasionally I'm thinking to myself, we do get along in traffic so that we can all get to where we're going, like we're all going someplace, right? But once again, our sacred institutions are being eroded, and traffic is one of them, where I got neighbors that just want to have a party in the freaking street where they invite all their family together and they're just hanging out, and then they get pissed at me for wanting to leave the neighborhood. That's a problem. We got CDL drivers that are fresh off the boat from India just jackknifing in the middle of the damn road, okay? And we also have Muslims who decide to pray in mass in the streets, And it's really like the groups of people, and, the Somalis scamming, all of the fraud that's going on, mostly carried out by immigrants. Like, it's one thing if Americans commit fraud, and I know Americans commit fraud, okay? I know, trust me, we commit fraud. But when the foreigners do it, it's like, it's just a different flavor, It's gross. It pisses me off 10 times more when it's, oh, the Somalians are literally carrying briefcases full of money out of the airport and they can get away with it because the airport is staffed by Somalians. The politicians turn a blind eye because they're bought and paid for, because America is an incredibly corrupt country. But you have to be rich enough to benefit from the corruption. And one way to get rich enough is to partake in the corruption, and you might, 1 out of 50 of these people that are committing the fraud might go to jail. You still got plenty of money flowing through the wheelhouse, turning the gears. Right. That's why I'm never leaving America. I don't want, I was thinking about going to Uruguay at one point because I'm like, that might be the move. But hey, that still might be I might have to suck it up and learn Spanish. Like I should have in high school. Yeah. Sonny knows more languages than me, apparently. I wonder what he speaks. Vietnamese? What did you do in Korea, Cody? Or Sonny, Gray, Cloud, Jason? Anywho, one man is fighting back against the encroachment from one front, from Islam, radical Islam, and that is Bosch Fawston, a former Muslim himself. He was one of the rare white Muslims. At least that's what I think I remember him saying. But anyway, Pigman. Let's look at the trailer here. Recovered Muslim. it's good that he's honest, that he's literally, this story is about a fictional version of myself. And it should be. Look at his face, you know? Like, I know, like, Jack Kirby, everybody looked like him. Everyone had that square jaw, you know what I mean? It was Jack Kirby just doing a self-portrait over and over again in all of his stuff. Am I muted? Am I muted? No sound? Hold on a second. All right, we're back.
Special edition of Pigman #1.
There we go.
My name is
We
Bosch,
can
and
watch
I'm a
it
recovered
again.
Muslim. I was born to Albanian
Are
Muslim
we
parents
back?
in the Bronx, New York, and I forgot about Islam for years. 9/11 hits, and it all comes back to me. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to respond to this with my art. I'm going to exploit the Islamic enemy's bigotry. And I wanted to have this big force of nature wrapped in pigskin leather and go after him. He's an ex-Muslim himself, like me, and just go out there and pummel them out of existence. It's based on my life, my reaction to 9/11, my Muslim background.
It does have sound now, though, right? Yeah, I think it does. There it is. Yeah, we got this.
And then I bring that forth to the brothers and the twin brothers in there. One is a recovered Muslim, one is a born-again Muslim, and one of the brothers, the recovered Muslim, creates a comic book called Pigman within the story. He's my stand-in. This is a special edition.
That's when I was commenting like that. I'm glad he is honest about it. He's just right up front. This is my stand-in. This is the guy. Now, does Bosch have a twin brother? I've never heard him mention a real-life twin brother.
Pigman #1. It has bonus material, extended scenes. So I just want to thank you for taking your time to listen to this and consider getting Pigman #1. Thank you.
There are some of those comic books that like don't get me right away, and then I see them a couple of times, and I think, and it wins me over a bit. Pigman's one of those, where when I first heard about it, I'm like, well, that's the most like on the nose thing you could make, right? Like, how is this going to be good? He's fighting Muslim. He decides to wrap himself in pigskin leather. That's kind of like the people that are like, oh, I'm going to put bacon on the handle of the mosque. Like, that sort of shit. That was like my initial reaction to the whole idea. But I don't know, man. The more I see it, the more I'm like, you know what? This could be a really cool read. We'll see. I'm excited about it. And what I guess I'm getting at is, I'm going to need people to hear about Revenant Steel 2 or 3 times. I feel like that it might be the case for a lot of these comic books where you need to hear the pitch like a couple of times before you really before you really get hooked and decide to buy it. We need to be getting out there. His final cover, his first wraparound cover. Yeah, man. Bosch's art style is it's almost, because typically when you see a comic book, you can look at it and be like, oh, this guy was influenced by this person or that person, and a lot of times this or that person is someone like Jim Lee or Silvestri or one of these guys. But Bosch, I had an opportunity to talk to him only for like 30 minutes when he came on Goth Night. and then he had to bounce because I got there way late. I got there like 2 hours in. But it'd be fun to have him on the power lunch just to talk to him about his artistic influences. It honestly feels like I'm a newspaper strip in many ways, just with the inking, his line work. You know what I mean? Like, is it possible to like and hate something at the same time? Not hate, but like, it's just. We'll see. It kind of, yeah, I don't know. I could see it being animated. Like, and like, okay, you watch different cartoon shows and you see Dr. Katz or something like that. There's like some of those that just have uh odd art styles that like you wouldn't think of, but that oddly work, you know? Let's look at these pages. He's given us pages, you know? Issue 1, Pigman number 1, the jihadist's worst nightmare. And I guess because I talked a little, I'll talk a little bit about the art, because you see this this robe here, you know what I mean? And there's part of me that's like, I don't know. I want to fix the fabric. Well, like, what's it made of? Like, is that robe made of marshmallow? Anyway. It's like the art, I guess what I'm trying to say, if I'm going to have any criticism at all about the art style, it's going to be like, it works, and then there'll be a random page or a random panel where I'm like, what are we doing? Like, can we line the knuckles up? Can we line the knuckles up on his left hand, I guess, is one of the example of that. But then it's like, this looks good for the most part. I don't know what, I feel like, yeah, like like the leather kind of bunches weird here and there. What is this? Your Muslim friends. So these guys set up a booth to try and, put a positive face on Muslims. Cheater. Get him. Rapist. Pedophile. Watch the pigskin. Dude, he just freaking killer. Okay, weapon it is. And he's using the Quran. Do Muslims look like that? I guess so. I guess there's some. The one on the left, I reckon, I've seen plenty of Muslims like that. It's rare that I see one with like dreadlocks or like with whatever that haircut is. Man, I am kind of worried I'm gonna hate it, but we'll see. What else? I'll just go ahead and stop looking at campaigns for now. Let's look at For the Fans Fest. I will be at For the Fans Fest. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be hanging out with good old Dr. Ben. We're going to have a goth night booth set up. I'll get to meet Ethan Van Sciver again. I saw him back in 05. I'm sure he remembers me. I'm positive he's like, I remember that kid. He was going places. Chuck Dixon's there, which I'd love to meet Chuck Dixon. Just to see, like, is he exactly what I imagine? Is he just an old dude who doesn't give a shit about the drama or whatever, and he's just gonna write whatever he feels like? Because, I mean, look, nobody liked Alpha Core, all right? He's not swinging for the fences with a lot of the stuff that I see him doing, but he's just, he's racking up gigs, and he created Bane, so he's got forever clout with everyone. We got John Malin's going to be there. Awesome. Shane Davis. Awesome. I'll get to meet Graham Nolan. I've seen Billy Tucci. It must have been years ago, because I know when I went to his booth back when I went to Baltimore that year, he wasn't around at the time. Mike Barron's going to be there. On and on. And, most importantly, I will be there. And so I'll probably do some sketches. I'm thinking I'm going to have a sketchbook with me. And if you want to give me $5, I'll give you a 20-minute sketch or whatever you want. I'll just be the amazing speed artist. But I'll also be selling some ash cans of Revenant Steel. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have, we got lighters and stuff. So, yeah, definitely, I should get a lighter. I should get a For the Fans Fest lighter. And then I should take up smoking at For the Fans Fest, just so I can be lighting up, with the cool kids. But anywho, that'll be enough of looking at campaigns. I should be a better promoter. I should promote more. But I feel like, and I know I've had this conversation with myself before, because I've done a couple of live streams exactly like this, where I go through and it's like, I shouldn't be filming any negative reactions to people. You know what I mean? I'm going to end up with enemies or something, but whatever. I'm going to share. In fact, let's look at some news stories. Let's get back to the regular Power Lunch programming here. Because I know there were some bookmarks. This is some
New PS6, all digital. New PS6, all digital all the time. No need for useless plastic. Never need to carry a box again. Convenient downloads direct from your controller.
Do I keep the games forever?
No.
What happens if the server is shut down? You lose your games.
How sad is that? Where we don't own anything these days. Thanks, Grey Clouds. Great having you here. Hope your comics group goes well. Glad to be a part of it. Sorry I won't be around later. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I work later on tonight. But we'll see. I get to stay on as long as I want. So usually, because it's noon now, I'd be getting off about 2 minutes ago. And this would have been just the Power Lunch looking at campaigns edition. But now let's get into some news. You will own nothing in the future. All right? we pay for convenience. The price of convenience is autonomy, apparently, is being in charge of your own destiny and owning things. So life is going to be super convenient, but you will own nothing.
What happens if my internet gets cut off? You won't be able to play. What happens if Sony revoked the license? Can I still keep my games? No.
And there are no refunds?
No. I'll take 3.
Wonderful! New
PS6. How are you going to have a PS6 this soon after the PS5? The PS5 just came out, like, what? Or am I crazy? How long ago did the PS5 come out? Has it been like 5 or 6 years since the PS5? I had a PS4 for a while. But then after that was stolen, I'm like, I'm pretty much done with consoles. I got my computer. I can play plenty of games on that. What else do I got bookmarked? I have this post from Mr. John Malin. He says, Jimmy Palmiotti openly asked for opinions on why people voted for Trump. He shows a post accusing them of having all of Trump's perceived flaws and how his voters are seeing their own reflection in him. I replied with a fair answer, pointing out several issues most agree on, like keeping men out of women and little girls' spaces, gun rights, against socialists and communists, and he tells me, you voted for trash, and blocks me. Crazy. That, this is like the reason why I say I am in Comicsgate. I'm part of Comicsgate, and it's because of shit like this. Because the liberals have effectively gatekept comic books. There's part of me that, I'm like, man, if I make a comic book, maybe I can pitch it to Dark Horse or something, right? But I don't want to interact with these people. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy how crazy people are. Because there's plenty of reasons to vote for Donald Trump. I know me. I was looking at the border. I was looking at mostly international, like foreign relations stuff. Like, it's crazy to say, but it's like I saw Obama giving $6 billion in pallets of cash to Iran, and I thought that was bad. And now it's like, look what we got with Trump, with the Iran war. But at the time, Trump was the anti-war guy. At the time, Trump was the we don't belong in Iraq guy. And that was most of the reason why I was willing to vote for him. Because I'm like, hey, man, this will be, I knew that Hillary and the Democrats and those guys, they already had their hands in the honeypot around the world in places like Haiti, because at the time Ukraine wasn't even a thing. This was back in Hillary Clinton's thing, because the Clinton Foundation, everything with the Clinton Foundation was so damn corrupt. And you could compare that with the Trump Stakes thing, or the Trump University thing. And the Trump University thing, okay, that was corrupt, but it was like a difference in scale. And it's a difference in, okay, you have one corruption that has deep roots in the system. And then you have this other guy who is saying all the right things. If you listen to his words, he's saying all the right things. But frankly, I never had like the best impression of Trump as far as like this guy has high character. You know what I mean? Anyway, here we are. And now, just recently, Trump's talking about relitigating the election integrity. And it's like, do you just have a backlog of issues that you've abandoned? That, like, if the current day narrative is something you don't like, you can just reach back and pull something out and be like, oh, hey, we never solved election integrity like we said we were going to. Let's push for that. Let's make that the story. You know, he's gonna. At what point is he gonna reach back there and be like, oh, hey, because he already said the Epstein file stuff was fake, you know? At some point, he's going to be able to protect his buddies, and he's going to reach back and go, oh, hey, the Epstein stuff, you know? Because it's going to get bad. It's going to get real bad. And the bread and circus must keep us distracted. Hey, Scribe. We were just getting into the liberals. The evil of the liberals, the gatekeepers of comic books. These fuckers. This Palmiotti guy. But anywho, I know what it's like to be canceled, to be painted as a racist simply for voting Trump. I would go into work every day and have, the coworkers talking about whatever the current news story of the day. Like, this woman was deported and she was an American. And then I would have to point out the fact that that woman was driving without a license. You know, these illegals that come in, they get temporary plates and then they just keep those on forever. And they might switch out and get new temporary plates. You know, I see them driving around here without anything. They don't have plates or anything on their car, and they don't get pulled over. You know, I should just stop. I should just take the plates off my car. They'd probably pull me over less because I'm in a sanctuary state. They don't want to risk. They wouldn't want to risk pulling over a Mexican. I might get marked for deportation after all. You know, you might get ICE coming in. I am a hate monger. I must be, you know. But it sucks, man. We live in a world right now where if you want to joke about, you know, Kanye West making a Nazi shirt, people are going to be like, I think he hates the Jews, you know. And that is going to get paint. And then, you know, you're just, the writing's on the wall at that point. Be looking for another job. Okay. Like if you're at work, and in my case, if you decide to educate your coworker about Yakub and how some people believe that whites were invented by an ancient African scientist 6,000 years ago, you know, they're going to look at you different. You know, they're going to look for ways to get rid of you because these people are fucking twisted monsters. And I do not look forward to interacting with any of them. So I am going to be with my people over here in Comicsgate because, you know, I don't want to write Superman anyway. I don't want to draw Superman. Okay. I know that's a lot of people's dream, but it was never mine. There's so many people out there that are not paying attention to politics, you know? There's so many people out there that they don't think to voice their opinion on current day things in the workplace. And those are the people that are going to these events and they're putting the hot dog in the bun. Dude, they got it. They got the hot dog in the bun together. Americans working together to get that hot dog in the bun, man. This is what it's all about. And this is what's going to be taken away from us, okay? The more we let the third world into the country. These Venezuelans into the country. Hail Elliott, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Vegans do suck veggies. They do. I found out that Canada doesn't have any baby carrots. Can you believe that? Third world country, man. Insane. And you know why they don't have baby carrots? Because they don't like Trump. You know?
I moved to Spain, and being away from Hollywood, you kind of lose touch with everything. So my earnings, instead of getting 100, I got 10 per movie. So
meanwhile, the overhead staying the
same.
same.
The overhead stayed the same. It got more expensive because the more I cheated on my wife, the more she wanted to spend my money. That's a classic. So,
dude, how blessed is Dolph Lundgren? Where he just, his wife just gets it. She understands. She knows the deal. And then she's like, okay, well, I know you got it. I know you got it, bud. We got those heavy cards. We got those titanium those cards. We don't deal with plastic in this house. Okay? You were Ivan Drago. You were Ivan Drago. But he was paying 60 grand a month to his wife, apparently. Dude, if I could make some cheating money, can you imagine if Revenant Steel gets so powerful, if I'm like, he's like J.K. Rowling. Revenant Affair. Oh, gosh. I don't think the ladies are going to throw themselves at me like Dolph Lundgren, though, dude. Could you imagine how dangerous I would be if I was 6'6"? Because, goddamn, dude, I'm a handsome dude. I think everyone would agree. Dude, he's probably the most handsome person I've ever seen on a stream. But I'm also 5'8". So I'm below most girls, when they're looking for, a mate, I got to get their attention. I got to get their attention. We're like, oh, hey. Trust me, girl, I can treat you right. I'll tell you what's up. I don't know how to talk to ladies anymore. I've been married too long. I've been married for 13 years. Short ninja. Yeah, dude, I would excel at being a ninja. I think I'd be an excellent ninja. You know who wouldn't, though? Because I don't think he is very short at all. I think Cody. Cody, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9", 5'7", 8.
Oh, so we're the exact same height.
Yeah, we're on the same height.
Okay, so you could also be a ninja.
I could, but I gotta hold you off for a sec there, because you did some Canadian slander a second ago.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, because you guys don't have baby carrots.
We do have baby carrots here. What are you talking about?
I was told by a Canadian the other day that they don't have baby carrots in Canada.
Incorrect. We have baby carrots here.
He said you didn't have the technology to create the baby carrots.
Yes, we do have baby carrots here.
This was a horticultural expert that I was talking to.
He's retarded. Why am I getting an echo?
He did not enjoy it when I said, wow, that's like you're a third world country. He was like, yeah, well, fuck Trump.
Hold on, I can hear an echo on my end. But just with my voice.
Are you ready for this future? Are you ready to go? You know what the Goyim is, right?
Hold on, I can hear an echo and distract me. Where is... I sound far away.
How about now? Is the echo still with us, Cody?
Boom. Is this better? Does my microphone sound better now?
It sounds the same to me.
Well, I can't hear the echo anymore, so I'm good.
That's good. Yeah, I closed the sort because I think I was sharing a window and not a tab. So let's go back to that.
Hello. There we go.
Yeah, you're back. But anyway, were you saying that you're unfamiliar with the term goyim?
Goyim? Yes.
So now I know that you're not tuned into the channels I am. And this is, is this a problem where I'm in this echo chamber where I hear goyim literally all the fucking time and then you don't even know what the word means? It's non-Jew. Like if you are not a Jewish it's basically it's the Jewish word for people who are not Jewish.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I've heard, yeah. I hear these words, I hear them used, and it's like I kind of understand, but I just I don't tune into the stuff.
Oh, I see. Elliot was pointing out your microphone. He saw it. Check your settings in StreamYard. Okay, yeah, you sound better now. So that's good. But yeah, goyim is the Jewish word for people who are not them. And, depending on who you listen to on the internet, there may or may not be a Jewish, conspiracy to disenfranchise the goyim and establish themselves as the leaders. Like they would flood the Western world with immigrants so that we would create a one color population who would exist below the Jewish people. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like in South Park when the wetbacks or whatever. What did they call them?
Goobacks?
Goobacks. When the goobacks showed up. We're all going to be goobacks.
They took your job.
Right. And then the Jews would just use AI and stuff. So yeah. So this is the future, man. This is going to be us eventually. Maybe not us, maybe our grandchildren, maybe, it depends on if we stand up and fight now and do a second Holocaust. What do you say? Are you with us?
You know what? Yeah, I'll join.
You're going to join?
If there's enough people, I'll join. I'll join the mob.
I need the FBI in my chat so that I can get more than 2 viewers. And if I could get a whole team of agents, that might get the algorithm thinking I'm popular. That'll be fun.
I don't think so. I might be. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I've never. You do those ancestry things. Who knows how far it goes back, right?
Who knows, man?
I had when I was in high school, I had a guy on acid come up to me in a park and just look at me dead in the eye and say, "You're Jewish," and then just walked away.
He was sniffing them out, dude. He was one of my agents.
Yeah, it was. It's been a running gag with me and my friends since.
Will is definitely Jew adjacent, apparently.
Well,
my brother is Jewish. And I kept telling him he's not Jewish. And he's like, dude, why do you say that? I'm Jewish.
Look at this.
It is. I mean, look at it.
I don't know, man. It's got a little
big. A bit of schnoz on you there.
Got a little non-goyim going on.
They say they pretend to be our friends. But no, my brother converted to Judaism, but then I'm like, but you're a messianic Jew. Like you're literally a Christian who cosplays as a Jew. And he got real upset at that.
I could imagine.
Because if you're Orthodox Jewish, you don't believe in Christ at all, right? Just some jerk.
Just
some uppity
just some
dude.
Weird guy up there.
Some weird guy. He caused a lot of trouble for us back in the day. We took care of him. We took care of that guy.
Well, yeah, we put
never heard from him again.
He just disappeared 3 days later.
But no, like the Messianic Jewish people are the ones who do believe in Christ, but they think that being Jewish is the best way to be closer to Christ, to be as Christ-like as possible. You must be Jew.
As holy as thou can be.
Which sounds insane to me. But, my brother's not the smartest dude. So, it is what it is.
They usually aren't.
I was thinking about converting, though, because it's like there's benefits. You know what I mean?
Well, there's money, right?
Well, and I was talking to him about this too, because he's like, you know, he's got his rabbis and his like Jewish network hooking him up with, you know, job opportunities and stuff. And it's like, dude, you're not qualified for anything. You know what I mean? Like maybe I should be Jewish.
Because then all of a sudden you're qualified.
All of a sudden, your resume finds its way to the top of the pile because
Yep.
you're not checking the white box anymore. All right, you're checking the Jewish box. You're checking if there's no Jewish box, you check other and write
Right.
Jewish.
Right to the top.
Okay.
Right to the top. Have you seen that robot fighting league?
Dude, that's why it was one of my bookmarks.
I think there's a whole like 11-minute match on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was watching.
This is
that.
just 44 seconds of it. Should we watch the whole match?
I mean, I'm down.
Somebody must have put a link to it in the comments, right?
Yeah, I think.
In a fair and just logical world, you would find a link to the full match.
You would assume, but
In the
people,
comments.
internet people have gotten so lazy lately. Like on like podcasts and stuff, people used to put the timestamps for everything, and it's like, come on, dude. I need the timestamps.
I'm looking for robot fight.
Yeah, it's like Chinese robot fight. Yeah.
Here's a 2-minute video of it.
I thought I saw like an 11-minute one.
Let's see.
Oh.
Oh,
top one.
here's 12 minutes.
There you go. Are those children
This is
robot
during
fighting?
this is the 2025 Olympics. So, oh, here's the 11-minute one. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the one I was watching yesterday. Oh, the announce makes so much better.
He's popping back up. He's stumbling on the ropes. He's kicking the air.
Just swinging it air.
Is there someone controlling him?
I don't think so. They kind of look like Bionicles.
A little bit, but you can tell they're like studying like human movements. Like that back kick just there, that was like a John Jones move. I wonder if they got these AIs just watching MMA.
Certain fighters. Do you imagine this for like battle bots? So, like they have weapons.
Yeah. Like you would have to have. Ooh, it's doing a little
Oh,
dance.
does it go dance?
If they had parameters for the weapons, like it still had to be a humanoid robot, and the sword could only be a certain length. Or heck, maybe make the swords as long as you want, and then it's more mechanically impressive. Like you would have to have a really strong hydraulics.
Yeah.
To be able to
Literally have
manipulate
guts
it.
coming in with it.
Yeah, like if you wanted to have a guts style robot,
That would be sweet.
but then there would still be weight classes, right?
There would have to be, yeah. That was, if that connected, that would have been pretty crazy.
Dude, he landed that better than McGregor did.
Even with robots, we have to get basic. Goddamn wirebacks.
Wirebacks?
Yeah.
Quick recovery.
Oh. What was that?
That's honestly the trouble with these things, is if they can recover real quickly. Like if it's me versus one of these things and I got a crowbar or I got,
Your sword?
where's my beat stick? Here we go. Like if I come at one of these things and I'm just like, wah, you know what I mean? And knock it over, it's just going to pop right back up,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the concerning part, is when they can get up on their own.
Didn't Gordon Gekko in Wall Street say lunch is for wimps? I don't know. I wonder what the PSI is on the punches. Yeah. Because I looked this up before when I saw that the Mentos punch. There was the video that I saw. These guys hooked up Coke bottles and Mentos, and it added more power to their punch, and they managed to get to about 500 psi. But then I looked at it, I'm like, okay, what's the average like 165-pound boxer doing in psi? And it's about 300 to 600, 700. So like the stronger dudes are doing that already.
Yeah.
Without Mentos punches.
So would they be more with Mentos punches?
That's the question, right? Because you think it would add velocity.
Or just make a mess.
But yeah, the PSI of these punches. I don't know, dude. Ivan Drago was like 1,800 when he punched. I don't know how familiar you are with Rocky IV.
Oh, yeah. Love me, my Rocky.
But anything he punches, he destroys.
I would assume a punch from one of these things would send me to the hospital.
Yeah, because it's so and it's the density, dude. That's why you got these Muay Thai kickboxers punching not bamboo, coconut trees. They're just out there kicking coconut trees hundreds of times.
Jesus. Just breaking the bark on the tree?
Yeah.
Damn.
And then just knocking the bark off, and then it calcifies the muscles. It gets denser muscles, and then dude, so like if I kick you, it's not doing near as much damage. Even if I kick you as hard as one of those dudes, they're coming at you with like literally something as hard as this when it hits you with the bone. It was like Alex Pereira doing his demo kicks to the reporters and stuff. You remember that?
Probably saw it. I can't remember it. Oh, it snapped up there. Oh.
This is round 2, baby.
Just a little jig.
Got a showboat.
See, the dancing makes me think someone's controlling it, but then something like that is like...
Right. Katie, you just got to rewind 10 minutes to see that.
Like, they don't sound like they would hurt, but... I don't know.
Well, because it's hitting plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic on plastic. Yeah.
And it's probably dent-resistant plastic, too.
Fair.
Because they don't want to actually damage the internal components. But you would basically, I feel like if we're going to make our own, like, rules for this fighting league, where it would be like, okay, we need... like, the different components need to be consistent across models, I guess is what I was going to say. So, like, a chest, like, if we manage to punch you hard enough in the chest, it's going to damage the central CPU.
Yeah.
It can't be like, I hid my central CPU in my ass.
Yeah, yeah, everything has to be in certain spots. And
yeah, if I knock your head off, your robot should lose the ability to navigate and observe.
It would be interesting to have two different leagues. So you have one standard and then one just like do whatever you want.
Right, where it is literally battle bots.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, then you're actually trying to hide the components behind a.
But we should still have where it's like it can't be on tracks. We want to avoid the battle bots trap, okay? Which is the wedge conquers everything. You know? I
Yeah,
don't,
so
yeah.
all the weapons would still need to be held. It would need to be held by your whatever robot for one thing.
Yeah.
Like it can't be actually built into it. It would need to be something your robot could hold.
You can't just have a turret on wheels and be like, that's my robot.
Yeah.
It's going to shoot you in the face. Like, no. Oh, my robot is a little wedge that just does this. And the purpose is just it's going to flip you over and disable you.
Yeah. Or the pick, that pick one that was just.
Yeah.
It was just the. Yeah. It's like, man, let the flamethrower win for once.
And can you have more than one move? Can this show be more than just who can get around the other one to get their weapon off? So, but it was a fun concept, man. They could have called me and I would have helped make it 10 times better. But
I don't know, man.
that's everyone's number one mistake is not being my friend.
Well, there you go, right? That's how you get further in life. Just know the will.
Exactly. Know the will. Let him into your life. Okay?
Let the will consume you.
Let the will consume you. And then let the will enrich you.
You will. That was pretty decent.
That was fun. Let's see.
I still don't think those robots are ever gonna like take over much.
Yeah.
Like, sure, maybe like the restaurant industry or like,
you'd be surprised. I think honestly, what do you think is the most at-risk industry for AI and robots?
Probably the food service industry.
I disagree.
Really?
I absolutely disagree. For many reasons. Number one is sanitation. Okay. The robots don't clean themselves. The robots can't taste the food. So you're going to have, obviously it's already happening in some places where it's a novelty, where it's like this pizza presser, and then it rolls through and it gets the sauce and it rolls through, it gets the cheese, and it's the perfect amount every time. You have those things, right? But dude, surgery is already also being done by robots. Lawyer work, the law, like, you already have lawyers that are like 100% reliant on ChatGPT. You just had, there was a judge that caught it recently. And I can't remember what happened to the lawyer. I can't remember absolutely everything I read, but
yeah, they called him out on his bad facts or whatever, and he's like, sorry, I had ChatGPT write it or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was citing false, like what do they call, what's the legal term for that?
Yeah.
Precedent, like it was citing court cases that didn't even happen, didn't even exist. But it's going to get better at that. That seems like a very easy fix.
Yeah, all I know is I'm in construction and I don't see AI taking this over anytime soon. So I'm good for a little bit.
Yeah, like you have construction vehicles. But somebody's going to have to work the machines.
Well, and like every job site's different too, right? There's not just a standard.
Yeah. The 3D printed houses are not taken off.
No, and even to do that, you basically have to redo your entire infrastructure.
Yeah,
like
it's stupid.
Yeah, you need to be able to bring the man, I don't know. It depends how cheap those 3D printed houses get. That's really what that comes down to.
This is kind of fucked up because you know who Eddie Hall is?
No, I know nothing about fighting.
So Eddie Hall is one of the strongest people on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And his crowning achievement was losing to Thor Bjornsson, I think, at one point. Or who was it? Was it Brian Shaw? Brian Shaw is like a monster. You know who Brian Shaw is, right? Good Lord.
No, man, I am so checked out of fighting.
Imagine a man who could just grab you by the head. You know what I mean? That's how big he is. Like,
Yeah.
and he could just lift you up like this and like throw you, across the street. He's just massive and incredibly strong. You know those impossible to lift dumbbells that you see at the gym?
Yep. Yep.
He lifts those things. You know what I mean? That's who Brian Shaw is.
The bottom one on the rack.
Yeah. So Eddie Hall almost, and maybe it wasn't against Shaw. My memory's not the best, but he almost won or set a world record for deadlift, right? But then he dropped the bar afterwards. And he says he was just so excited, he could have lowered the bar, but he just chose not to, you know what I mean? But he was DQ'd. He was DQ'd, and there was a big fuss about it. And then, you had the public interest segments where it's him and his wife, and they're talking about, what it's like being a competitive bodybuilder and having to eat all the time and blah, blah, blah. And,
Oh, the horror.
the 5-pounders. Nah, dude, like the freaking 500-pounders. Like, good Lord. Because how much can you, like, if you go into the gym, Cody, what would be, like, I'm not going to ask your max, but, like, what weight are you working at? What weight are you looking for?
I haven't been to the gym or lifted weights in forever, but, like, at work, I'm trying to think of, like, the heavy things that, like, because I lift plenty of shit at work. That's why I don't go to the gym.
You probably got strong wrists.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What's I want to say 140, but I feel like that's too much.
140? Well, it depends on the exercise you're doing.
Like,
right?
just like lifting something like up off the ground.
Oh, yeah. You could do more than that. You could probably get closer to like 200 or so. Because I think like, I want to say like 245 is where it starts to get to be like, oh, wow, you can lift a lot,
Yeah, because I use the excavator to lift all my stuff.
Yeah, because when I was lifting, I guess I was like doing like 220 or something, because it's like 45 pound bar and then 245s on each side, right?
Okay.
So that's 90, 180, 225. And that was like a decent, like, heavy,
a good rep
deadlift for me. Yeah. I was doing like 5 reps because you want to keep it under 6 if you're going for strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I want to pull nothing.
Brian Shaw, these guys were lifting like 1,000 pounds or something nuts like that.
Jesus.
But anywho, that's who Brian Shaw is. He was competing with those guys. But ever since then, so he did, I don't know if he ever won the World's Strongest Man, but he was, he was competing. He's been doing these MMA fights, right? And here he's fighting people that are like a fraction of his weight. Now watch this dude get punched. He gets slammed, he gets up, and bam!
Oh.
Out cold.
Oh.
Right? Now, maybe I'm wrong about this, but if you're one of the little guys and you get into the ring,
why?
Do you expect him to just,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would be like, hey, man, take it easy. You're not gonna punch me full force in the face, are you? Like, I can't do any damage to you. Are you gonna try to murder me?
Yeah, I would like to know the conversation beforehand.
Right.
Like, did these guys in the green think they had a chance?
No. No way did they think they had a chance.
I mean, man, they could have been lied to. They could have been like, hey, dude, you got this.
We could take him.
You can get him.
Dude, look at the concern for his friend. Like, hold on a second. Because he looks back. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, he's done.
And the ref is like trying to work. It's like, oh, dude, this fight's over. Slam. Boom.
Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, right in the button.
Whoa. Oh, jeez. Gary.
Gary.
Gary, what happened? Because Brian Shaw's not a tall man. These dudes are probably like 4'10". You know?
Just able to be in the wrestling league.
Well, Brian, what was his name? He's not Brian Shaw. What did I say his name was? Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall. I want to say he's like 5'10". He's an averagely heighted man.
Okay.
He was always shorter than the other guys, you know, which really helped him out in the lifts because he only had to lift the weight like 1.5 feet off the ground. The other guys had to lift it like 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, is that Shia LaBeouf?
Oh, yeah. This is one I saved. I forget, you know.
What is he doing now?
What was I going to say about him? He's apparently getting stuck by a white Muslim woman on Instagram who thinks that she's married to a 10-year-old version of him, and the adult version is actually a clone. And I'm thinking, what if she's right? What if that is a clone, Shia LaBeouf?
I mean, it would make sense. Because, like, I don't know if you've watched any of his interviews recently, but the dude's... Something happened in that brain. And, like, you know, a clone brain? That could be it.
Maybe. I did see one where he was talking to this dude about how there's no such thing as talent. There's just luck. And the dude's like, but you're talented. And he's like, well, I worked hard for it. You know, you got to do the push-ups. You got to do the work to get the skill. That's not talent. And I'm like, Shy, yes, it is.
He was like running in a Mexican gang for a bit too.
Was he?
Yeah, I don't know if he still is.
Yeah, that explains the facial hair.
He went into some role in a movie, and the movie had something to do with like Mexican gangbangers, and he just like became one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's an interesting character, that's for sure.
What else, man? What you know? Am I going to call it at 2 hours? I think I'm going to call the show on it at 2 hours.
Hell
Unless
yeah.
I get inspired to keep talking about whatever.
How's the Revenant Steel coming?
Well, that's what I was actually just going to bring up. Because let me connect the old tablet. I've been a little distracted over the past couple of days because I've been playing with a bunch of 12-year-olds on the internet.
Phrasing.
Say again?
Phrasing,
right? So I've been playing with these 12-year-old boys. Okay? And we're getting real sweaty.
FBI, open up.
No, I got the VR headset, and I was looking for a game that I could play with my daughter, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I found one called Iron Strike. And Iron Strike, you pick a class, right? You get to choose one of 8 weapons, and you're a pair of floating hands, and you got your armor, and you're going to go in, and you're going to attack these enemies, waves that come at you, right?
Yeah.
And it's a real simple game. And so I played, you know, some rounds with her, and it was fun. She likes it, you know, but I feel like I need to, you know, to know what she's doing. And I'm like, what are these, if I play a public game, what am I going to run into? And so I listen, and it is a bunch of 12-year-olds playing this game online. And so I'm like quiet for the most part. And it's funny, a couple of games, because I just start jumping into matches because it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just swinging, you know, the sword around. You got to, like, if you swipe, if you hit the enemy's weapon, it disappears. So you got to keep hitting the enemy's weapon or blocking the enemy's weapon before you get your own, like, strikes off.
Time, yeah.
But then there's a wizard class where you got to, like, make shapes to cast your spells So you're like running around, like flipping your wand around to get these spells off, and after every wave you get an upgrade. So it's pretty cool.
Sounds fun.
And I didn't expect it to be like as popular as it is. Apparently, there's a lot of people playing it. But try not to play any of that now. I feel like I got on both of our accounts and I leveled our characters up so that we could have some revives. We could stand a chance.
Yeah.
Out there for when we play together. But time to get back to work. I left page 6 in this state where I figured out, I think it was like a week ago, I had finished laying out what it was going to be, right? Like redoing the whole thing. And I still got to get in there and do the line work. But after I do that in page 7, then I'm just going to go on to lettering. So it's really just this page here that just needs the final inks. And then page 7, where I reconfigured the top part of the page. Like I decided it was going to be a flashback to him getting killed, right? Before his present day lamenting, what's going on with him. So after that, I'll have all the pages that are going to be in the preview book finished.
Nice.
So then I'm just lettering it, and then I'm making the 12 pages of supplemental material, which is going to be more of a comic strippy kind of vibe. It's going to have myself in my helmet talking about the Will Studios, and hey, thanks for getting the preview book, and this is what I have, coming up. Here's what Revenant Seal's going to be, and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be fun. And there might be like a 2-page bonus story preview of another story that I'm working on. But it's either going to be Barely Legal, right?
Yeah.
Or it's going to be the Amalganoid. But I haven't decided. The Amalganoid would be awesome.
Amalganoid would be good. That one looks good.
That one might be the way to go.
That was the superhero-y one you had, right?
Kind.
Was it?
So the Amalganoid is the one that's really cerebral, and it has like my avatar is the Idea Man, right?
Okay.
It's like me in a big helmet.
Yeah.
It has characters that are kind of designed similarly, right? Because in order to exist in other people's imaginations, you have to conceptualize yourself, and part of that, it's all explained in the comic.
Yeah.
If you're part of because the Amalganoid is like if Quantum Leap meets Inside Out. Okay?
Okay.
Quantum Leap meets Inside Out meets The Matrix. That's the Amalganoid.
It's a lot going on.
Dude, it's like the script for the Amalganoid was so challenging because I have to... It was very challenging. I'll leave it at that. I had to really push the boundaries of my vocabulary to do the script for the Amalganoid.
Yeah, it's like I'd say that's the hardest thing about writing like the super intellectual villains. It's like you got a lot of stuff you kind of got to research just to be able to understand how to talk like them.
And when you're trying to condense a complex idea into a pill bubble that an audience can swallow, because the last thing I want to do is to bog them down with exposition or things that are hard to understand. I want it to seem natural.
Like I don't want people spending more time on the letters than they do on the actual like image.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I'm. Oh, this is coming along good.
Well, I think so. I'm a little, Michael, I don't know if he wants me showing this off or not. Who knows? But I sent him a message with the in progress of it, and then he never messaged me back. And I'm like, oh, man, what if he hates it? But
I doubt it.
I doubt it, too. I mean, look at these ladies. They're going to look so good. when I'm
He
finished
just
polishing
messages
them
you
up.
back. Actually, man, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
He just messages you back like, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. But I'm humming right along. I'm trying to create cool outfits for all of them because at first I was drawing them like in the outfits that he sent me. But then I'm like, how cool would it be if I like dripped them out a little bit more? You know? Like, because they're all pretty much wearing the same thing in the art that he sent me. They all got a vest.
Sweatpants.
Yeah.
Or
Yoga
cutoff.
pants.
Yeah, yoga pants.
And stuff. This one I'm like thinking, like, what can I put her in? Right? Because I got her as like the central sexy one, right? Like,
A
she's the
ninja
one staring
kimono
right
you
down
like?
the camera. I'll come up with something. I got to make her feet cuter too.
Will in the feet.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, this one, I already changed up this girl's stance. This one, because she was standing a little bit too mannish in my initial drawing.
Lower those shoulders.
Show that off. Here, where are we at? Yeah, that's what she was looking like before.
Oh, yeah.
Or she's lighting her cigarette, but she looks like she's, you know, she's not being very seductive at all. You know? She looks hot, but, you know, the vibe ain't there.
Yeah, non-approachable.
Non-approachable. I want her to be more approachable.
Yeah.
So she's going to be standing more like this. She's going to be like pulling her shirt down. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So that'll be good. Working on that. Gotta go in and draw the bricks. I like downloaded a brick pattern off like Grok. I'm just like, give me some bricks. But I'm gonna have to come in here and trace it because it's not gonna look. I don't know, man. Like, if I just have that, is that gonna vibe? Maybe it would work.
It might.
And it would be, would it be that much less work than me just going in and putting my own little squiggles down?
The only thing I don't like is how, like, symmetrical it is.
Right. It's like samey.
Like, you can see the lines down, like, the middle of the bricks on some of them. They're all just equal.
Yeah, because it literally is just a pattern.
Yeah.
Repeated.
But, you know. But then again, that's how bricks are, right? So.
It's true. And who's going to notice after it's colored and stuff?
Yeah, fair.
You know. And I do want to color it. We'll see, man. We'll see how it turns out.
Decent. Well, it's coming along, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. Everything's coming along.
Got some little wrestlers thought up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm working on some.
Oh, that reminds me, dude. This Tuesday, I'm going to go to a midget wrestling event.
Oh, nice.
Because I was looking it up, and there's one happening like 20 minutes east of me on Tuesday. And I'm like, if I'm off Tuesday again, that's where I'll be. I'll get myself some tickets and see who's there, man.
Dude,
I'm going to make some videos, hopefully on Goth Night, which I'm going to be at work till like midnight on Sunday, but I'll swing through Goth Night afterwards, and hopefully I got some video to show. Some interviews.
Dude, that would be so funny if you'd actually get some interviews.
I think I could do it because I'll show up like, you know, or I'll hang out after the event, you know. I'll have some video. What is it?
Intruder. There's an intruder.
Hey, there's someone outside who wants to sell you Vivint home security.
Oh, they're not even that good. It's just there's somebody outside walking by the house, and you need to know.
Right, you need to know about this.
Oh, dogs, man.
Who the hell, man? I hate getting I hate being in a text thread and you just suddenly get 8 text messages. I'm not reading that shit right now, dude.
Yeah, it's too much.
I'll wait till my phone calms down. I'll catch up.
Yeah.
But what else is going on, man? Are there any other hot topics? I don't feel like drawing, you know.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what the big news is. I feel like there's a Chinese election interference stuff that they.
Yeah.
But
that's once again, I don't know if you heard me talking earlier where it's you know, it's just something to distract from whatever's happening. You know, we got an unpopular war that we're being drug into. And so we need a news story that's never going to have any resolution, but that's going to get people riled up. Because people who have been paying attention to the elections and the election integrity, they already know that our systems are connected to the internet. They can be hacked. Okay. We got decimal places in the programming so that we can weight votes one way or another without being readily detected. We had everything that went on with Arizona. How closely did you follow the events in Arizona?
Who were the people?
The cyber ninjas? Do you remember the ninjas?
Arizona. Who was running?
So, in the 2020 election, there were some discrepancies.
Yeah.
Okay. And Arizona, certain counties, just like in Georgia and other places, it was one of the only places where it moved forward where we're going to audit this election, right?
The Carrie Lake one?
Yeah, she was running Carrie Lake. Is that her name?
Was that Carrie Lake?
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
That sounds right. Short hair, former newswoman.
Yeah, and then they told her that she couldn't do anything until after the election, and then after the election happened, they're like, "Yeah, you needed to do something before the election."
Yeah, that was part of it. That was only part of it because they eventually did have an audit team, right? But then the state couldn't produce. So it was one of those things where obviously illegal stuff is happening, but no one's going to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Where, okay, you're not able to audit the election because we didn't give you the servers that had the information on it. And we wiped it because there was something about the hard drives, right? Where they pushed all the information that was relevant off the hard drives before they gave it to the investigators. And then apparently that's not illegal. Apparently no one gets put in jail for that, or they'll find things where it's okay, this many ballots, you can't verify the signature. And they're like, okay. And then nothing's done about it.
Yep.
And then a few years, you go to work and people are like, there's no evidence of election fraud. And then you're stuck in the position where it's like, are you ready? Do you have 20 minutes and are you going to listen when I explain to you that there's election fraud? And the reality is that they're not listening.
And then the moment they're hit with that, reality, then they just check out of the conversation. They're like, well, I don't know. I'm not really interested in talking about this anymore.
Right. Because if they're not hearing it from the voices that they want to hear it from, it's not real. According to them, if it was a story worth hearing, they would have heard it from their own trusted sources, not some random dude at work or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, man, it's hard.
It's demoralizing.
You've been paying attention. It's like trying to talk to people about it. It's like,
yeah.
It's like you're giving them the information, and they're immediately telling you you're wrong when you're the one who just told them about it. And you're like, how are you going to argue me?
Well, and what's extra demoralizing in my, looking at everything with the cyber ninjas and the election fraud stuff, that everything we already went through in Arizona, is how the people who are willing to put in the time and the effort to try, like the auditors, the people that went there and were like, I'm going to look through these votes and blah, 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 these ballots, they end up just being part of the circus.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, if I stand up and I try to do anything about this, I'm going to turn into a clown. I might as well put on a clown makeup when I do it.
Yep. Instead, you just sit around and watch it burn. Told you're the crazy one for trying to put water on the fire.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Try to figure it out. You know, try to imagine what is the world going to look like in 20 years for my daughters. You know?
Wait, you don't want the world to burn? It was burning when you got it. You should just let it keep burning. It's like, well, we could put the fire out. Like, that's... don't have to let it burn.
Gotta let it burn, 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 burn. What else, man? You want to talk about Heavy Atomo?
Oh, I'd be down. I would be down. Do you have anything, any new pages on that?
I don't know. He's been going around talking about it.
He has been.
Let me... Is he on Fund My Comic, or where is he?
I think they just have the sign up going. I don't think they have a campaign launched yet. Unless I might be correct or incorrect.
Let me bring up Scribe's Twitter.
See, other than that, there's all the dumb Comicsgate drama, but that stuff's just all so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I just glaze over a little bit with that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to stay invested in.
Well, it's like, okay, how much of it involves me? And I got to keep tabs on it because I'm going to be interacting with a lot of these people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the main reason I try to keep up with it, because it's like...
And it's funny because, like, okay, I had a friend of mine who worked in... when I say worked in the mainstream, like, she was never, like... she's done some work for some indie comics probably or whatever. But anyway, lefty creator person. Yeah. She worked in animation mostly. She worked for Disney and Pixar and stuff. And when I started talking to her again, she looked me up on Facebook and I started talking to her about Comicsgate a little bit. And she's like, well, you don't want to, you know, she told me associations are very important for artists, to artists. You know what I mean? And if you associate with Comicsgate, you're just going to be known as a hater. You're not going to have any chance. You know what I mean? With these people. Yeah. And like, she saw the pages of Revenant Steel and she was like, you know, wanting to help me out a little bit, you know, like saying that she could introduce me to people or whatever. But then, like I was saying earlier, when I looked at that Jimmy Palmiotti story, I'm like, do I want to know any of those fucking people, though?
No.
You know, do I want to be around people where I better watch my mouth and not say anything positive about Trump or not say anything negative about, because I don't really say many positive things about Trump, but to never say anything negative about Somalian immigrants or anything like that, like for fear of having my career ruined, I'd almost rather torch my career right away.
Yeah, and then just try to build a smaller career doing what you want.
Right.
It's much more appealing to be a free in the niche than confined in the mainstream.
But the trouble is, that sounds nice, but now I'm in a situation where the same thing is true, where it's like an artist's associations are very important. You know?
I see. Yeah.
So now within Comicsgate, even though I don't have to worry about talking about Yakub to anybody.
Yeah.
Now I have to worry about, oh, am I friends with this person or that person? Am I saying enough about this person or that person?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. It's hard too, especially because, like, I don't know, my opinion, nobody's in the right. So it's like, who do you stop? Like who do you stop criticizing? Like, at what point, what person? Like,
objectively, okay, Liam Gray, right? Yeah. And my stated opinion on that whole thing is like, you know, I wanted something and I didn't get it. I wanted a fun Australian guy to talk comic books, and what I got was a dude embroiled in 7 years of bullshit, okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes he seems like he's rolling around in it, and then other times he seems like, oh, this is too much, and it's draining just to be around it.
It is. Even just watching it, just like not even just trying to watch his streams, it's mentally draining.
But then you have people who the former Comicsgate, anti-Comicsgate consumers who do exist, who are like, oh, you're part of Comicsgate? Are you going to be able to deliver your books on time? That sort of bullshit. And
that's kind of why I've been like really laying low with a lot of like the online Twitter stuff, because it's like we basically got to put books out. That's the only way we can have something to argue these people with.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, Comicsgate puts out late books. It's like, well, I don't.
Some people do.
Some people do, 100%. Which, like, and I don't know, I don't really.
That's between them and their audience, because some people, like, okay, Ethan Van Sciver is the biggest example. He's been very open and honest about how it's like, okay, when he launched Rainbow the Brute, he was still working on Wrecked Planet, and he ended up making Wrecked Planet way longer.
Yeah, like 90 pages or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I still haven't gotten. I got a line art copy, and it still hasn't arrived. And I don't even know if it's being shipped yet. I don't know. But for the most part, he communicates with his audience.
Yeah.
He's not just ghosting people. And so you're free to decide if that, if you trust him or not.
Well, because he offers refunds too. Like if it's something that you really, don't want to wait for, you can go get your money back. Like it's.
Does he? I've heard that he's not refunding it. I'm not trying to get a refund.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I thought at least there was at some point in time. I thought he was, or maybe there was just certain people online he was.
Maybe I've seen people accuse him of not offering refunds anymore and just being like, "Look, it's a crowdfund. You're paying for the production of a thing, timelines, whatever."
Yeah, fair.
The only really offensive part of that, of the late books thing, is the calendars. Because apparently they're selling calendars and then not producing the calendar in a timely enough fashion. And,
for you to actually get
a calendar is sort of time dependent, don't you think?
Yeah.
And also a calendar is just 12 pictures. You're telling me you couldn't just pick 12 pictures and print a calendar? It seems like the most easy money you could ever possibly conjure up.
Yeah, I think the issue is it takes one person to spearhead it, and nobody actually wants to be that.
I assume that if you're the person selling the calendar, that you would be spearheading it. I promise anyone who buys a calendar from me that I will have selected 12 images to put for each month. And I will be able to ship you the calendar. I might actually intentionally make the calendar for a year after, like, I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you have a full year.
Give myself a year barrier, because I could deliver it at any time in 2026 for the 2027 year.
Yep.
But it sounds like they didn't do that. It sounds like they were like, oh yeah, we'll do a calendar.
And you'll get it in February.
Yeah. You'll get it in February. Uh-oh. Gray Cloud's lurking now. He's lurking around.
Oh, doing the lurking thing. That's my job.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, on Restream, I guess I only got one dude on YouTube watching me. And then over here on Twitter, do I have 3 people watching me on Twitter? I ought to start a Twitch. Once I start, like, actively drawing again, I feel like the artist followers are going to be on Twitch.
Yeah, I've got I'm surprised. Funny, I'm partnered on Twitch from when I was doing my gaming streams, like, a long time ago. So I do stream the Sunday morning or afternoon show on Twitch, and nobody ever comes. The only person who ever comes in and, like, says something are, like, bots. Being like, oh, do you want to buy followers? That's like, when you're streaming on Twitch.
You?
Fuck no.
How much? How much would $5 get me?
How much would $5 get you? I don't know if it would get you. I feel like it'd get you a lot.
See if Grok has an answer.
Because, like, I don't know why. Probably just some Asian dude getting $5. Who knows how far that goes? And I don't know, man.
Buying followers.
I don't understand how the whole like buying followers things work. Like, how do you you just create 100 accounts and get all those accounts to follow? Like, seems like a lot of work.
See what it tells me. Dude, with $5, you can get 100 to 1,000 followers, depending on platform and quality tier. Buy follower services are shady. They violate platform rules like Instagram, TikTok, and X terms of service, and often lead to drops, shadow bans, or low engagement. But here's the realistic 2026 breakdown. Current market rates.
$5. That seems pretty crazy, and kind of makes me think that like all, I don't know, man. Every internet's fake. The internet is definitely fake.
Do it for free. Like, could I just get an AI to do it for free? Technically, yes, but it's a bad idea. Well, oh well. I guess I'm stuck to doing this organically.
I guess. The non-fun way.
Yeah. That's what I figured. I'll just keep hitting up random people I meet on the street. Being like, hey, do you like this? And a lot of times they're like, yeah, that looks really cool.
Just print off a bunch of pictures of your artwork and then your YouTube channel and just go hand it to people.
Dude, honestly, that's gonna be me at conventions. You know, I'm gonna print I'm gonna have this previews book, and then I'm just gonna use that to spread the word and get signups. That's when I think after For the Fans Fest, I'm gonna start an in-person sign up at For the Fans Fest, right? Mm-hmm. I'll have a ledger, and then I'll launch the digital sign up afterwards, right?
Just had a thought for that. If you can get enough people signed up on like a piece of paper or whatever, somehow incorporate that piece of paper into your book. So it's like, I don't know, there's like a
the initial
or like a scroll or something like held open, like all those people's names are like written onto that scroll, all the people who sign up on your
or use some of their names.
Yeah, it'd just be a neat little thing for the people who actually got to sign up in person.
Make a word search. Back, and people will be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, word search.
Like, find your name. Dude, if you were one of my subscribers, one of my initial signups, you can find your name in that word search.
We should put that in the midget wrestling comic, but just right in the middle, just a word search, just a random word search that's like nothing
just a completely random word search with like midget related words.
Yep.
Have it be like, hey, what are you doing, Shorty? And he's like, oh. And literally the next page, you can see like his thumbs, like he's holding the page, or it's like you see his pencil hand. You know, it's a first person perspective, and then people can do the word search.
That'd be an interesting way to start one of the books. It's like a guy doing a word search, and then it flips open, and he's actually like a guy reading a newspaper, doing a word search, and like a...
Oh yeah, like the first page is that first person perspective of the word.
The word search. So you could actually do the word search if you wanted to, and then
have like little credits in the clues or whatever, or in the thing.
That could be cool.
That'd be fun. Maybe that'll be an issue too of Midget Wrestling League
when he's on his way home from the jail.
Do you have any title ideas for the Midget Wrestling League?
I had Shorties. That was about it. But the more I've sat with it, the less I've...
We want a title that grabs people by the nuts. Okay? One that evokes feelings of repressed aggression. You know?
But it's gotta be short and punchy too.
Exactly. Just like the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. I think two of the other names I had, one of them was Pocket Rocket. He's like a half Mexican luchador, so he wears like a half mask.
Oh, yeah.
So he's, and then another guy's a fat guy named Minivan,
Nice.
fat midget wrestler named Minivan. I got two others, but I'm probably gonna change them because I don't really.
Get some factions going.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think that'll be fun. That'll be.
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun.
We just gotta try to find. We just gotta set up like a night or something where it's like non-streamed or just. I don't know. It's in a back room or something, just going over some of these ideas.
Well, it'd be nice if, like, so it's you and Self-Destruct.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of steering the ship a little bit with the idea. So I've kind of named you and Reverend Self-Destruct as the Goth Knight writers on this. But it'd be great if you guys could, come up for that said meeting with like a proposed plot outline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've got like a bunch of questions and stuff that I kind of like. I don't want to answer myself, kind of thing. It's like, like right off the get go, like what's the main story gonna be about? Like,
Yeah.
is this like a midget going from like the circus to the major league of wrestling?
That was the part of the initial pitch idea, is that
Or-
in the beginning he's going to be in sort of backwater places.
Or is this a guy who got to the top and then because he got arrested in that first issue got kicked out of the league and has to start his own?
Ooh,
so he's
that's
actually
nice.
So he's actually creating his own league in the background.
But he
And
would
then-
have to star in it.
He would. So he would be the star. And then I even had the idea of where is it? Yeah, the league that he gets kicked out from, that would actually have like almost like a Darth Sidious type villain as like the secret promoter. He's like the head of that company, and like you only ever see him in the shadows behind a desk.
How do you feel about, instead of starting a new league, he gets recruited into a lower league, And maybe the dude who recruits him has like an old grudge against the other guy.
Oh,
You
I'm gonna
know?
I'll add that on there.
Because that way you take the pressure off of him as far as doing the running of the league. And
Yeah.
he can focus on overcoming his inner demons.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's on the.
Because I'm riffing off of like just what Reverend. What's Reverend Self-Destruct's name? I ought to start. I wonder if anyone knows.
I don't know. I just call him Rev.
I just
And it
call him Rev.
confuses me because I call him Rev Ruin sometimes, and I know he's not Rev Ruin.
Yeah, no. But he sent me that initial idea for the backstory of the main hero and where his anger problems come from and stuff like that. And I feel like if we follow one dude, he's the main character and he's rising back up to the championship. Maybe he was the champion. Maybe he was the number one contender during that first fight where he gets arrested, right?
Yeah.
But he's got to fight his way back to that point and overcome. But in order to do so, he has to like forgive his mom or something, whatever it is.
Yeah. Some type of emotional overcoming.
Right. But then you see all the other wrestlers through him and in the matches and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you could even just do like complete side spin-off stories of just like an 18-page book, just follow someone else for
And that's where I kind of would like to have some audience participation. Like if we could follow his story and then through him see all these other characters and then just see who resonates the most. Because, Eric July has Larry Shungite. Everybody wants a Shungite comic book, but he's not delivering it.
Where's my Shungite?
We want to deliver Shungite. If we have our own Shungite, if we come out with this with this comic book, short aggression, whatever, or whatever we end up calling it, and we need to deliver for people.
Shortest aggression.
Yeah, short fuse.
Oh, damn it! That was one of my wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
literally
That's
was
a
looking
good
at
one
that.
though.
Yeah, short fuse. He's a little angry guy. He was one of the ones I was thinking of changing though, just because it's like I don't know.
What are some more words for short?
Um,
There's got to be a word for short that isn't used often enough and has like a good ring to it, because then it's gonna be like something fuse or something.
I was thinking of like belt designs too, and
Yeah.
like the grand champion. I was almost thinking has like a fold out step stool behind it. So it's
Oh
like he
yeah.
puts it down and all you folds a little step stool out, and then he can stand higher than all the other midgets. Just because he lets him
He
stand
carries a
above everyone
pedestal with
else.
himself so he can stand
Basically,
on it.
yeah. Or you have why not? I was trying to think like how do they wear it too? Because like is it a full size belt? Like do they just have hand me down belts from the big league, or are they
Right.
properly fitted size belts? And if they are properly fitted size belts, should they be like stretchy bands, like stretchy band
Oh, you
belts
like a
almost?
pull-up diaper?
Yeah, so yeah, something like that. Because like it's too small to have like actual
Mm-hmm.
clasp
That'd be
on.
funny. Or just have the flap clasp always hanging off,
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's just always like as tight as it can be.
Or they throw it, you know what? It should be oversized belts.
That's
It
what I was
should be
thinking, right?
belts that
It
are
would
just
look
too
way
big for them.
funny. And they're all and it has handles on it, so they like walk around and hold it
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. Or
Walk around, he's holding it, he's got it, it's dragging on the floor if he's got it over his
he's got
shoulder or
it,
whatever.
yeah. There's I've got like a list of just kind of like questions that I think like as a group we should probably get answered because it would make writing a
Right.
hell of a lot easier. Because yeah, I don't want to just like start writing and then make all these decisions about
Right.
the thing.
And then have it be just retconned immediately.
Yeah.
Like none of it ends up as
Yeah.
in the final script. And that's where it's like it would help if we're not too disjointed. Like there was that we're basically doing our own Kings United book in a way,
Pretty much.
where it's like, but it's like who's writing it, who's drawing it, who's doing this, who's doing that. I think we could come out with this midget wrestling book before Kings United comes out potentially. Or isn't Kings United supposed to be at For the Fans Fest?
It's supposed to be. Yeah, I believe it is, but I
Okay,
haven't
then
heard
there's no
any-
way we're gonna finish this before Kings United. Unless they miss the deadline.
Which you never know.
Highly possible.
Yep. But I think we could. I think we could do something with this.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, I would love to get to the point to see like little Comicsgate people, and they're like a little like mini Deathmonger, like little
Yeah.
like Elliot's guy or
Have Elliot Rodriguez be like Paul Heyman or something, and have Deathmonger be like our own version of Undertaker.
Dude, that could actually. I'd be good with that.
That'd be fun.
That would be funny.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna cap it there. We're at 2.5 hours.
Sounds good, Mr. Will.
It was nice to chill, but I'm gonna actually put a gun to my head and make myself work on this Cool It piece. I gotta draw these ladies. I gotta make sure things actually get produced. As fun as it is to chill.
Yeah. Yeah, man. One of these days, you gotta set up a draw stream, and I'll try and play some tunes.
Yeah, man.
I want to try and get this music thing going. But
It'd be nice because then you could be making trailer music for people, and
oh, I could be like 100%. Like hold on, before
you can make me some trailer music.
Like that's kind of the idea, because I can even almost make like loops for people to just like have going in their backgrounds too, right?
Yeah. I'll do the voiceover. I'll do the vocals.
There you go.
Revenant Steel. I was thinking, okay, because I felt like I had a real true genius moment the other day with because I'm looking at other people's trailers, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I going to raise the bar? And I've decided none of the artwork in my trailer is going to be, most of the artwork in the trailer is not going to be artwork from the comic book. I'm going to make my own trailer artwork. I want the trailer, I want the voiceover of the trailer to be the voice of this demon bringing you into his army, where he's like, rise with your new purpose, you know, free. Like, there's information in the trailer that you're not even going to get right away in the comic book, where your new purpose is to free them from their mortal coils, you know, in order to send them back to me. And you see him on the other side, like, gathering souls.
Yeah, you could actually make that work and then have that like lead into like have your trailer be the intro to that like big reveal.
Yeah, have the trailer be basically a join my army advertisement,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and then later when you get the reveal, then you're like, oh, this is the army that he was kind of,
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
have them rising up. I'll make my own, you know, because I have the image of this entity like coming around from behind the mountain,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But how cool would it be if, like, in the trailer, you see him more of an upshot with like souls going into his hand? You know what I mean? Because it's like you're sending your mission as part of this army is to send the souls back where they belong, where you
Yeah.
think they belong. You know. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a nice little soul harvest.
Yeah, your book's one of the ones I'm like super stoked for.
Dude, I'm so excited for it, dude.
I'm not I don't know, I'm not normally super invested in like the medieval stuff. It's got to have some element of like the dark fantasy which you got going on.
So. Oh yeah. And the more people, you know, like I'm playing that stupid game with the 12-year-olds, and I'm running into some 17, 18-year-olds, you know, some people in their 20s playing this game, especially late at night, you know, and they're like, you know, these are the upgrades, stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, you guys, what are you doing with your lives?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm doing this to get away from life for a sec.
What am I doing with my life? I'm 40. You know what I mean? I usually play Blade and Sorcery for like 20 minutes just to go somewhere else and, you know. Which I might do after this, man. I might swing around and be Spider-Man for a little while.
Yeah, I want to try the Spider-Man game, but I don't want to pay a bunch of money just to swing around for 20 minutes and then never play it again.
I mean, I paid no money, I think.
No money?
Well, because I got the Oculus, right?
Oh, you got the VR one. Oh, okay.
So there's a game called Blade and Sorcery, right? Which is literally just an infinite sandbox game. And so people are modding it all the time. So you download mods, right? So you get a new map, you get different powers, you get this and that. So I can go into this game, select my Spider-Man character, because it's just a character that I've gone in and put on the Spider-Man suit and the web slingers. I can go to the city, spawn enemies, and just swing around and punch people.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
I thought you were talking about that new Spider-Man.
No, I'm not playing that. I don't got time for that shit. Yeah. But the other day, I was fighting the Ninja Turtles in the Batcave, right? And I had a Venom symbiote on me, but I was also swinging a sword around. So I was like sword fighting with the Ninja Turtles, and then I jumped. But because I'm wearing the symbiote, I got the super jump. And so I almost fell into the abyss of the Batcave, right? But I look up, shoot my web, and I swing off of a stalagmite, and I swing up onto a platform on the other side of the Batcave. Like, I made like 3 swings to make it over there.
That sounds fun.
Dude, when you time this, because it is kind of hard. You got to get the hang for the web slinging. It takes a minute.
A little bit of mechanics to it.
Bit of mechanics. You got to understand things, you know. But you can climb on stuff if you got the Spider-Man powers. But I also have a Naruto village. And I got jutsus and stuff like that. So, but a lot of it is more sword fighting, medieval sorcery, and stuff like that. So it is fun. Like, you know, doing, you know, I feel like my sword fighting technique has gotten better.
You could go toe to toe with someone, you think?
I think so. I think I would kill him immediately. There was the video. I don't know. Did you see the Power Brunch last week or something like that, I opened with a video of me fighting Geralt of Rivia. And so the avatar for Geralt is like super tough. It doesn't die right away. So I'm sitting there stabbing him repeatedly. And at
Oh,
one
yeah.
point, I grab him by the throat and I'm just stabbing him in the dick and in the chest. And he's just like just getting stabbed. And I like grab his sword and I start hitting him with his own sword.
See, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It
It's
is.
like it's why I want to get because there's that Vader game. I don't know if you played the Vader one.
Oh yeah, the Vader Unleashed.
Yeah, that looks like it'd be a ton of fun.
It is. And I
But-
just saw they released Gorn 2. Gorn is like cartoonish barbarian Colosseum game, right?
Yeah.
So you get pick your weapon and you can like cut their heads off and their arms off, but you're fighting against these barbarians that are just like coming at you like big armed cartoons, kind of bumping into one another, and they'll like gear up and throw, or they'll, have their weapon, and
Yeah.
it's like you're fighting a bunch of lobotomized linemen with a bunch of floating heads watching over you. And eventually you fight the floating heads if you fight your way up to the arena. And you fight boss battles. You fight a dude with crab hands, right?
Crab hands.
So, and then, dude, the crab claws are a great weapon, too. Because you can, like, bash people with it, and you grab them, and you're, like, pinch their heads
pinch
off.
them in half.
Pinch them, and their head pops off, right?
Are the graphics gotten better?
That
That was the only thing I was throwing. Yeah, that was the only thing I was like really makes me not want to get it. Is it's like almost 64 like PlayStation 1 graphics.
I would say that if you want graphics, if you got a decent PC, like my PC is pretty good, then you're gonna want to do the Oculus Link and just run the games off your PC. Because like Blade and Sorcery would never run off my headset in a million years, and it actually looks pretty good. Like you said, you saw the video of me fighting Geralt.
Yeah.
So that didn't look too bad, right?
Not from what I remember now.
Yeah. So that's like, PS4 era graphics, I would say, is what you're going to get out of it if you go that route. But then if you're on like the Iron Strike game, that runs off the headset. So that's just a very simplistic, you're in a very cartoon N64 looking world.
Yeah, really blocky.
Yeah. But all right, man. Thanks for swinging by.
Oh yeah.
It's been a power lunch once. Because are you running a sign up or anything yet?
No. Hopefully September. September, if not October. I just gotta wait for get 4 more pages. 5
Excellent.
more pages. Yeah.
Excellent. We're only 3 months away from Fans Fest. So I'm gonna turn the heat up, and I'm gonna try to have this these 8 pages lettered by the end of this month.
Yeah, I gotta looking for a letterer and a colorist, but
I'm just gonna use Blambot. I'm just gonna do my best.
Yep.
And I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I mean, I think so. I think you'll figure it out.
Well,
You got a lot of tools.
I came out with a preview comic for release like 2 years ago, or whenever Baltimore Comic-Con happened, when I met John and Shane. And I didn't even think lettering was going to be an issue. So I did it the night before, and I used a font that I found in Procreate.
Ooh.
And so then John looked at it and told me how retarded I was. And so I took those lessons, and I think he's going to be impressed with my second attempt. He's going to be very impressed with my second attempt at making.
So I'm guessing you're actually gonna like handwrite the next ones, or no?
I'm gonna use Blambot because he told me, he's like, use Blambot. He's like, if you're doing this yourself, just go to Blambot. They got free fonts for people who are making indie comics. Like, it's gonna try to sell you the font.
Yeah.
But there's an option where it's like, I'm an independent creator, and they say, okay, well, you don't have to pay us unless you're working like for one of the major companies, which is really cool. So I was able to download a few good fonts from them, and that'll be what is in Revenant Steel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But so long to the 3 people in the audience And yeah, man, in the coming months, we will be doing promo outros for this